Shut it off. Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm in my AMX 13105 platooned up with Hoops. We are 2 of 5 tier 10s in this match. There's some 9s and some 8s. We're on Resinai standard battle, and they have a platoon with the Sheridan T57 Heavy and Artie. So both teams have a batch at 155, 58, which is a tier 10 auto-loading artillery. And then one thing that we want to do is make sure that we steer clear of these Sheridans. If they're running in a pack together, then we have to be careful, especially if they're derping. They can smack a lot of hit points out of a 13105 in a bad chat. Awesome. Resinai. To me, in a mobile tank, you want to win the zero line, essentially the A line, pretty much take the field, and then control the vision in the middle. If you isolate their team into the castle, then they have to come out of the castle to take care of you. So important thing here is I got to start aiming my gun before the Sixth Sense went off. And now if I came over that ledge and I was spotted right away, I would have probably just continued to drive. But the fact that I got to start aiming my gun, it's going to take them a while to get their guns aimed at me and then essentially get a shot in. Unless they take a snapshot, which chances are they're going to miss me. They might get lucky, but I'll take my chances. So our Sheridan has a death wish. He goes in to fight their Sheridan. And Hoops also goes in there. Hoops takes down the Sheridan, and he's hiding behind the rock. And I got one shell left in my clip. So I'm going to try to get a shot into this T57 head. And I was trying to track him. I damaged his track. Apparently I had more than one shot there. But Hoops is in a pickle. And we do have tanks down the A line, so I'm hoping that they can give him some support while I reload to get jump back in there. And me going to support him definitely could be a bad decision. I could get killed. However, I feel like the speed of this tank really makes it awkward for long-range shots, especially when there's more than one target to shoot at. So let Hoops know that I'm going to focus down the T57 Heavy first. He gets clipped up. He starts shooting at Hoops. I want to make sure that these shells actually go in. He finishes them up. And I got one more for the Borsig. The Borsig is just focused on killing Hoops. I hit his ammo rack, and before Hoops can shut him down, there already takes him. Alright, so I'm going to get a clip. I see my team's making an advance down the A line. And we have kind of middle control. However, usually there's a lot of tank destroyers or wannabe tank destroyers on the A line hidden up in little cubbies up there. So what I want to do is find their Artie, take him down, and then we can proceed to win the field that way. Artie on this map is pretty deadly. There's places to hide from Artie, but the fact that it is an open field, Artie is important. So as I approach this Sturv B, I have shots in his side. However, at this range, this gun is not going to make those shots. So I get a little bit closer, try to get a shot into his side, and I hit his track. I don't do any damage, and I'm targeted. I'm not sure what it is. It could be that T110 E3, but then as I start aiming at Artie, I realized that it was him looking at me. The reason I knew that is because the targeted went away as soon as he started driving away. You see he called SOS and their Sheridan doesn't come to help. And I'm also clipping, so this Sheridan running away from me probably is a bad decision. He could at least drive in here, maybe get a shot, and then exit through the river. But he also risks me clipping up, so I asked Hoops what I should do here. Definitely don't want to go up into the castle with 3 heavies. This tank isn't, it just can't turn fast enough in tight situations. I need to fight in the field. So he lets me know I should just get on cap, put the cap pressure on, and make them force their hand to come out of the castle. So I'm looking for shots on this E3. And this hill is kind of messing up. along with my elevation. It's just not good enough. So I don't want to stick around here too long. Oops tells me that I need to get on cap for like the 4th time, so I decide that, yeah, he's right. I gotta actually listen to him when I ask him for help. And then as I start going over towards the cap, the T-32 and the Chrysler both pop up. And if they're gonna stay up there, I'm gonna put 2-man pressure on the cap. But from my perspective, it looks like they came off of there, which is a good thing. If I can isolate them out in the field, that's going to benefit me. So their Chrysler is gung-ho. He thinks he's got good support. As he pops over, I just make slight little adjustments to make sure that if he's driving, his accuracy is going to be not very good. So what he does there is he's trying to head me off so I can't get away, and I use that to my advantage. I just back up, and then he's just caught out sideways, which is pretty awkward for him. And he misses a second shot, and now I want to get in this riverbed and clip up. I see that T-32 is looking at me. Hoops lets me know I got to keep heading south, and I proceed to do that. Now, my thought process is I can either dump my clip into this T-32 and get out of there safely, if possible. Otherwise, I just need to go kill that Chrysler. And as I come around this side, the T-32 drops down, which isolates the Chrysler. So I want to take him down, and I'm going to serpentine around to make sure that I'm a difficult shot, and their Sheridan is right on me. One of the things, if you're going to fight a heavy in the field, if you know they're reloading, drive straight at their gun. And then as they're aiming at you, they're going to like think that you're just going to continue to drive at them, and then make a sharp turn, and that will get you away from their turret, and then you'll be able to come back in on their side and traverse their turret. Now, as I'm clipping, this Sheridan is hunting me down, and I didn't even look at the Sheridan. I just auto-locked him and then just continued to serpentine to try to avoid shots. Oops tells me to give him a little e-brake, so I give him the e-brake action, and now we've switched roles. I'm on pursuit of him, and I have to make that 3rd shell count. And I get a shot into him, shut him down, and now really got through that situation with a 1v3 in the field. Oops lets me know that I should utilize this Jag Tiger, which I oblige. Definitely think that's a great idea. I could go fight the heavy tanks, but if they get lucky or I make a mistake and they make me pay for it, then they're going to shut me down, and a Jag Tiger isn't the strongest tank, especially if it's fighting more than one target. Alright, so the Jag could definitely take a shot from that T-32. I don't know what his, or T-34, sorry. I don't know what his hesitation is. But I'm going to come around here and kill him. It's probably a smart play on his part. He saves his hit points. But if I were him, I would have just pushed over in the T-34, rammed him, and then put a pen shot in there to kill him. I'm all out of APCR. I just have heat left, and that's perfect because they have a VK101P and a T110E3, and already shuts down the VK101P, and now all that's left is this E3. So I'll look for shots here. Unfortunately, they don't show the outline of the tank, so you can't really see what I'm shooting at. However, the E3 turns just enough to where I can see his engine deck, so I get my first shot in. I missed my second shot, and then the third shot is going to just dip low and hit his track, but not enough to break his track. And now I'm just going to try to close the distance. Our 1390 is behind him, or at least getting damage into him, but the E3 kills him, and then right on point as the E3 gets the kill on the 90, he had to turn, expose his side or his rear to the Jag Tiger, and the Jag Tiger shuts him down. So boys and girls, I was an ace tanker in the 13105. Got a sniper medal, which is actually tough to do now that they nerfed that gun into the ground. And then a high caliber, 6,000 damage, 5 kills. Our 1390 that was alive at the end there and got killed by the E3 did 2,600 damage, like 1,100 assisted. Our Jag did 2,500 damage, 1 kill. Our Artie did work with 4k damage, 4 kills. Hoops took 5th, even though he was the second one dead. He did 2,300 and 2 kills. Nice work there. Unfortunately, couldn't keep him alive. And the person that killed him, Artie, that's all he did. He got 1 pen, 488, 1 kill. That was Hoops. So their Chrysler took top dog. I mean, really unimpressed with their team. They had 3 tanks with 2k damage, 2 of them being tier 8s. So I feel like their tier 10s didn't contribute enough to this game. But we did get the jump on them, which I feel like was the main factor of why we won that. Yeah, just a fun game. I think it's my second ace since it got nerfed. It definitely is a lot more difficult to ace this tank, just because the gun doesn't always work and you get trolled a lot. But that's really all I got for you guys. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.